When are you going to stop being too nice? I don't want to brag, but tonight is an exception to my usual science-backed, psychology-based talks. Let's get brutally honest. If your whole life has been spent pleasing people, bending over backwards, and giving until you're empty, that's not life. That's basic surviving, and others are thriving. Life is not worth living that way. You're not a bottomless well for other people's convenience. And no matter how much you give, it's never enough for the wrong people. I once had a close friend who gave and gave until one day they realized they were running on empty. They were resentful, exhausted, and invisible. That moment was their wake-up call. They decided enough was enough. And that friend could be you. Before we go deeper, let's get one thing straight. You must take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else. And if anyone guilt trips you for doing that, cut the loser out. Get rid of them. Let's look at it this way. You are a king or you're a queen. Start acting like it. You are what you believe. Start acting like it. And you deserve relationships that treat you with respect, honor, and reciprocity. That's your standard. I mean, if you're watching this video, you must believe this at a bare minimum. But too many of you are handing out kingly or queenly treatment to pages. You know what a page is? It's an apprentice, a servant, a messenger in medieval times. People who barely offer crumbs in return. People who have never earned access to you. The cruel irony, the more you give, the less they value you. The world won't respect what you give away for free. Partners who don't deserve the kingly or queenly treatment end up getting it because you're too nice, you're too pleasing, while you regret it because you never received that kind of treatment in return. They simply don't know how to reciprocate. They're not kings or queens. And you end up dissatisfied, disappointed, and drained. I want to remind you about Immanuel Kant. He is a very famous philosopher in history, and how self-respect is your moral duty. So Immanuel Kant's radical view was, you are morally obligated to respect yourself. Why? Because you possess inherent dignity. It's rooted in your capacity for autonomy and rational agency. To truly respect yourself means treating yourself not as a means for others' ends, but as an end in yourself. A being with goals, with purpose, and value equal to anyone, anywhere. You don't beg for crumbs of respect. You set the table for yourself and invite others who honor your self-sovereignty. He said, all rational beings have a special moral value, dignity. Since every person as such has dignity, each person is equal in basic moral status to every other person, and ought to appreciate this fact and act accordingly. Why do you keep doing this? Being too nice, people-pleasing. Why do you betray yourself? Let's tear open the truth here. You're conditioned. Ta-da! You weren't born this way. You were taught to overgive, to shrink yourself, to avoid conflict, to seek safety and invisibility. Maybe it was your family. Maybe it was trauma. Maybe it's a world that punishes you for having needs. Whatever the source, this mental script runs on fear. Fear of rejection, fear of loneliness, fear of being selfish, fear of being hurt, hard to love. But if you keep living like this, no one benefits. Not you and not the world. You end up resentful, exhausted, and small. Kant said, refuse to serve as a mere tool for others' approval. You are an end in yourself. Act like it. Guard your dignity. Let your very existence command respect. So decide today, right now, are you ready to draw a hard line and stop betraying yourself? Because change is not comfortable. It's not soft. It requires you to rebel against all these old patterns in your psyche. So decide right now that you're done bleeding yourself dry for people who don't appreciate it. Inside you, there's a new force rising, a roar that says no more. When you feel the urge to say yes out of reflex, fight it. When you feel guilty for having boundaries, fight harder. When you think, maybe if I do more, give more, they'll treat me better, drop them. Drop them like it's hot. When your old people-pleasing scripts threaten to take over, burn them to the ground. This is your internal revolution. This is how you're going to reclaim your power and start living like the rest of us. Let me give you a few practical activities, some action here. First, audit your relationships. Get brutally honest. Who leaves you drained? Who is always taking? Give me, give me. If they're not meeting you at your level, they don't get access. I was going to say, who's always suggesting that what you do is not enough? Who always wants more and more to treat you less and less well? You don't have to explain, and you don't owe anyone your energy, okay? So audit your relationships. 2, practice saying no, N-O, every day. Start small if you have to, and stand in the mirror. Just say no. Say it on the phone, say it in text, say it in person. It'll feel awkward, but that means it's working. Get that. If it feels awkward, if it feels uncomfortable, if you get nervous, that's the test right there. Those are the little tests for you, where you can grow this muscle. Use your anger as fuel. That's the 3rd. Use your anger as fuel. You must be angry if you're a people pleaser. If you're too kind, if you're too nice, you must be angry. No more shaming your anger. Anger is the sacred alarm bell that says, I deserve better. Use it as fuel to build newer habits. So, what is the imperative of self-knowledge here? I want to talk about that for a minute. According to cutting-edge research, it's cutting edge, must be good. Self-respect demands self-knowledge. If you're blind to your values, strengths, and needs, you can't respect yourself in a meaningful way. Self-respecting people pursue self-knowledge relentlessly and honestly, because only then can you defend your dignity without apology. And self-respect isn't just a hollow mantra. It's a daily practice of questioning, reflecting, and aligning your actions with your core values. Without self-inquiry, self-respect becomes an empty phrase. Michael Cholby from The Monist said, self-respect generates an imperative to know oneself. The self-respecting person then has an abiding commitment to pursue substantial self-knowledge and to incorporate it into their practical deliberations and choices. And now respect your boundaries, or no one else will. Holding back is not unkind, it's self-respect. If someone gives you 10%, you don't give them 100%. Reciprocity isn't selfish, it's the bare minimum. Let people earn your best. You know what earn means? E-A-R-N. Let them earn it. Only kings and queens get treated as such. You have to learn how to hold back. And that is when you start loving and respecting yourself. That's when you start attracting people who actually deserve what you have to offer. I can give you some sample language for boundary setting. Can't imagine you'd need this stuff, but I can't do this right now, but I'll get back to you. If you need more to treat me better, take a hike. If this continues, I'll have to take a step back. I'm not able to give more than this. And that's okay. So remember that change doesn't happen overnight. It's a lot of work. It takes time. But every small step you take protects your energy, and it's a victory. So one of your fears may be that you might lose people. Yeah, some people will drop off. They'll be shocked you have standards. They may even get angry. Good. That's proof that you're getting stronger. Only people who will leave are those who only stayed for your free labor and unconditional giving. That sounds pretty terrible. So why don't you affirm it, that you are worthy of more? Say it with me. I will not spend my only life crawling for breadcrumbs of love and approval. I will not trade my soul for someone else's comfort. I choose myself. I honor myself. I refuse to apologize for my self-respect. Rawls said, never let society or any person convince you that your dreams are less worthy or your rights are more negotiable. Self-respect is your entitlement. Claim it, live it, defend it. So there are people, worthy, whole, healthy people, who are looking for someone exactly like you. But they won't see you if you're always hiding behind endless giving. So why don't you step forward? Be firm, be strong. You can be compassionate, but never again be someone's doormat. I made the definitive video on how to handle and eliminate people-pleasing behavior. It's right up here. I recommend you watch it right now. In the words of John Legend in Tonight, ain't this what you came for? Don't you wish you gave more?